D2 Word Live here with Rip fucking Mark Tides.
D2 embarrassment life.
Whatever you say, you fucking Mark.
Whatever you say, you embarrassment.
Okay, before we get into this review, which obviously we will soon, why don't you tell the viewers why we're calling each other that all of a sudden? Because a little experience we had this past week. What?
You can go ahead, buddy.
Oh yeah, didn't we go to a little show called WWE Raw from Sacramento this past week? Which that was a fun experience, right? And yeah, why don't you tell them the story during that main event segment from the crowd from where we were? Oh, I know. When Roman Reigns came out, me and a friend of ours were doing the whole acknowledge me pose during that whole entrance. You're just sitting there all freaking, all cross-armed being like, fuck this bullshit, right?
Everyone knows I do not like Roman Reigns.
Yes, you do. You just don't want to admit it.
No, I do not.
And then after the whole thing was over with, after the whole entrance, Roman Reigns' entrance was done, me and our friend sit back down in our seats. He just looks, and you're just sitting there looking at me, just glaring, and then all of a sudden I hear, "That's embarrassing."
Yes.
And then after Roman Reigns cut his acknowledge me freaking promo, whatever, CM Punk's music starts freaking playing out of nowhere, and then you're like, "Yay! CM Punk," and I just look at him like, "That's embarrassing, Mark."
Before fucking Roman Reigns could even get out his shit, he's like, Sacramento, ignore, and then all you hear, fucking CM Punk's music, and then all you hear is me go,
And then you just stare right back at me, and then all of a sudden the next thing you hear from me is like, "That's embarrassing, Mark." Just throwing that right back in your face. It was hilarious. All right?
Yes.
Oh, boy. So, yeah, that was the highlight of the Raw show for us last week. This past Monday at time of recording, yeah. But anyway, enough about that. Time to get back on regular schedule here. This week we're reviewing WrestleMania 39, Night 1. And we're going to be doing the WrestleMania Night 2 review tomorrow, so we'll be uploading that at time of recording. Tomorrow at time of recording here. And this event took place on April 1st, 2023. April Fool's Day. Alright?
Yes.
And it took place in Inglewood, California, on the outskirts of Los Angeles, California, where they were originally building this WrestleMania from, because this was WrestleMania Goes Hollywood. For the second time. Because the first time they had that WrestleMania Goes Hollywood tagline was 18 years prior at WrestleMania 21. Right? Which we still need to review WrestleMania 21, by the way. That was actually a good event, but that'll be for some time in the future. We don't know when, but we'll review that in the future. Right? And this event took place at the SoFi Stadium, with the attendance number being 67,303, but with everyone there combined, they just announced it as 80,497. 497, right?
Yeah.
The reason I say with everyone combined, that's implying, the workers, security, concession stands, the employees, everybody in the actual, stadium building itself. I'm pretty sure, right?
Or it was just everyone in attendance.
Yeah, but the attendance number, when I looked up the attendance number, it said 67,303, which, don't get me wrong, that's still a good amount. That stadium was packed. Right?
Yeah, there wasn't a fucking seat in the entire building.
And it was announced as 80,497. Now, that number could be inflated, or they could just be including everyone, including all the workers, superstars in the back, everyone in the stadium itself. I mean, whatever you think, go ahead and go run with it. I mean, WWE's always been inflating their numbers or counting people that weren't fans, whatever, right? But you know,
No.
it's a whatever. I mean, it ain't no big deal. It still was a massive ocean of humanity at this show, regardless what the real number is, right?
Yep.
And the commentators for this event was your boy Michael Cole,
Yep, yep, boy.
who you were really excited to see coming down for his commentary duties last Monday on Raw.
Oh, I know you were.
You were just disappointed he wasn't wearing an orange suit.
Oh, I know you want to see him versus Bailey.
Hell no.
In that orange singlet at WrestleMania 42.
Hell no. Maybe that's what you want to see, but that's not what I want to see. Then again, nobody wants to see that. Oh yeah, Corey Graves was also a commentator there. And Titus O'Neil was a guest commentator for the WrestleMania 4-Way Showcase match. I think he would return for commentary duties the next night for the same match, but for the women's 4-way tag match, right? Spoilers, that's what we're going to be watching after this. Oh yeah, and the ring announcers were Mike Rome and Samantha Irvine here. And the host for this show was The Miz and Snoop Dogg. No picnic baskets were found either. Right?
The dog father.
So yeah, they had a celebrity sing America the Beautiful at this show. I forget what her name was already. God, I'm drawing a blank on that. Alright. But you know, either way, the America the Beautiful or national anthem was performed at this show. And then we go to the opening package for hyping up this WrestleMania. And then when that was done, we go straight to it with Snoop Dogg and The Miz freaking welcoming everyone to WrestleMania. I'm in the crowd, and we go into our first match of the night, which was for the U.S. Championship, or the United States Championship, and it was John Cena taking on your boy, the U.S. Champion Austin Theory.
No, it's your boy. Get it straight.
No. It was your boy, right?
No, your boy.
I mean, how Austin Theory came down, made his entrance first. You were so happy to see him perform at WrestleMania. Just like you'll be happy to see him perform at WrestleMania this year in that 6-man tag match.
Hell no. I don't know why your voice keeps cutting.
Yeah, I can say the same thing about you, because your voice just kept cutting in and out.
In and out.
Yeah, I can say the same about you. Your voice just cut out just now in the middle of that rant. Maybe it's Discord having issues. We'll deal with the technical difficulties as we continue. Right?
Yeah.
Anyway, we all know Austin Theory was your boy. You wanted him to see him wrestle John Cena at this show. Right?
Fuck off. John Cena should have won.
Yeah, there's a little spoiler, but then again, I think everyone knows the winners and losers. We're just the ones reviewing it right now.
Yes.
Austin Theory made his freaking entrance, and then they announced the Wish Kids or the Make a Wish Kids freaking coming out to be there on the aisleway or the little stage area for Cena's entrance. Which, yeah, Cena came out, did high five the Make a Wish Kids, making them because their wish was to be at WrestleMania. Touching moment, am I right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then Jonesy was like, okay, kids, have fun, gotta go to work. So Cena sprinted down the ring, ready for his U.S. title match against your boy Theory here.
Fuck off with that shit.
Never! Right. Match got started, there was some great back and forth here, and Cena looked like he was freaking, beating down Theory for the most part in this opening contest. Right?
Yeah.
Looking like the heel was getting his ass kicked, which everyone actually liked. But in the end, freaking Cena, I believe, had Theory up for the attitude adjustment or the FU. The referee got taken out. And at some point, eventually got Theory down. Applied the STF, which Theory tapped out. The referee was unconscious. The referee didn't see Theory tap out at all. Then Cena was like, "Yay, I win!" Despite hearing no bell, right?
Yeah.
And that gave enough freaking time for Theory to freaking reverse. It's like reverse the freaking attitude adjustment. And, well, Theory ended up being a dick to Cena's "you can't see me's." I know, I'm working on it, right?
Yeah.
And then freaking Theory hit the eight. Then Theory hit the freaking A-Town down on a Cena, got the pinfall win to retain the championship, and you were really happy about this Result.
No, I was not.
Yes, you were.
No, I was not.
Oh, come on. You messaged me saying that freaking Theory, yeah, you were happy that Theory beat Cena here.
Fuck off, no.
I mean, you couldn't stop talking about it throughout the rest of the show.
You're the one that can't stop talking about it.
And yes, I know this joke is getting old, but anyway, is there any other spots from this Theory Cena match that stood out to you? Besides the ending?
Cena at least had some fucking momentum going in.
Yep. Yeah, but we all know you love the Result. Hell, you gave it 10 out of 5.
Fuck off, no.
I am so gonna get my ass kicked for all these jokes, I swear. Right. Yeah, and then we follow that up with more advertisements. Then we come back for the Fatal 4-Way Tag Team Showcase match, pitting Braun Strowman and Ricochet versus the Street Profits versus Alpha Academy versus the Viking Raiders. This was when Titus O'Neil came out to do commentary, by the way. Yeah, and a lot of good high spots from this one. This one actually impressed me. This was the one that showed Chad Gable pre-El Grande Americano actually suplex Strowman in a feat of strength. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then later on near the end, they did like a epic Tower of Doom spot where they... or what? I think it was like what? Wasn't it Montez Ford, or was it freaking... Yeah, I think it was Ricochet on top of it trying to hang on to everyone else, and he got freaking, I think freaking Ford freaking splashed all the other opponents down. Right?
Yeah.
I mean, I probably got that totally wrong, but it was an awesome spot. And, Ricochet with his high-flying offense, including a shooting star press to the outside onto a group of opponents out there. Yeah, and then Strowman did his whole, Strowman Train Express around the outside of the ring, knocking everyone down until Dawkins shut him down. Right?
Yep.
Of course, in the end, freaking Ricochet tried to attempt the shooting star press on the Dawkins, but Dawkins raised his knees up to block the impact, held freaking, Ricochet in place, and allowed freaking Ford to perform the, Heaven Splash on the Ricochet to get the pinfall win. Thus, the Street Profits won this 4-way tag. Your thoughts on this one?
It was good. It was a fucking car wreck, though.
Yeah, it was just high impact. It was just high speeds, high impact. It was like the wrestlers were told they had a limited time to go out there and do all their stuff. Right?
Yeah.
Was there, besides what I mentioned, was there any spots that freaking stood out to you?
Fucking Strowman doing his Strowman Express outside the fuck, and then fucking Dawkins just fucking shoulder crushing him, just derailing his ass.
He's like, no, not this time, right?
Yes. Well, Dawkins never got fucking hit. It was everyone else, and then right when he was going for the second time around, Dawkins fucking got up from where he was laying down. It's like, fuck you, Dick.
Yep. So yeah, I thought this match was good. It was a whole car wreck. Yeah, it was better than it had any right to be. That's pretty much what I'm trying to say here.
Yeah.
God, I can't freaking talk today, but then again, when can I? Yeah, next up we see, for the next match, we see who you like to call my boy Seth Rollins take on your boy Logan Paul.
Fuck off.
With KSI being in freaking Logan Paul's corner. Of course, KSI was dressed as a big giant prime bottle. And the only thing I could think of was like, where do you like to stick this prime bottle at? If you know what I mean. Ha ha. Right?
Yeah, it goes back to my fucking joke.
But anyway, Logan Paul had a special WrestleMania type entrance where he came down on a zip line from the rafters onto this podium that lowered him down to the ring. Which I'm like, okay, that's a unique entrance despite the fact that I hate the guy. Am I right?
Yeah.
And speaking of entrance, Seth Rollins came down to the ring for his entrance, and what the hell was he wearing?
I have absolutely no fucking clue.
I mean, you were so baffled you had to take a picture while you were looking at your screen and send me that, saying, "What the hell is your boy wearing here?" Right?
Weird as fucking shit.
Yeah, he was wearing a long pink ass freaking jacket. Takes it off, revealing a top that looks inspired like it looks like something that Double J would have worn back in the '90s, right?
Yeah.
Along with like pink gloves and obviously his pink wrestling freaking attire, right? So I'm like, okay, whatever, right? I'm like, as long as the match is good, it's fine, right?
Yep.
And of course, Rollins was in control during the matchup here, stomping on freaking Logan Paul's right hand to prevent the freaking power of the punch, or the brass knuckle punch, whatever, knockout shot. Right? But, you know, we can go, and they kind of went back and forth for the most part. I mean, Logan Paul held his own against Rollins here, but the big highlight came when Seth Rollins attempted to stomp only for the person in the prime bottle freaking outfit pulled Logan Paul out. And yes, I already mentioned it was revealed to be KSI here, one of your favorite YouTubers.
Fuck off.
So Rollins confronted KSI only for freaking Paul to get advantage by throwing Rollins into the ring post. And then here's the moment of the night match from, or what I thought was a moment of the night, when freaking the Spanish announce table, I believe, got cleared off. Freaking Rollins and KSI Logan Paul and KSI put Rollins on the table. And Logan Paul went up to the top rope, and right when Logan Paul was about to splash freaking Rollins on the table, Rollins freaking yanked KSI under the table instead, and KSI got splashed to the announce table. Yep. Taking him out, and I'm pretty sure that made you laugh like hell. Right?
Yes.
And then after that, back in the ring, Rollins was able to perform a pedigree only for a 2 count. And of course, Paul fought back, got the big splash on Rollins, and freaking got another 2 count, right?
Yeah.
And of course, Logan Paul then attempted a coast-to-coast on Rollins, but Rollins countered into a super kick and performed the stomp on Logan Paul to win the match. Got the 3 count, won the match. Your thoughts on this?
It was a decent match, I guess, for a fucking Logan Paul match. But it was funny as hell to fucking see KSI get fucking flattened.
As much as I don't want to give Logan Paul credit, even this was about, what, a year after his debut on the main roster here, which, quite frankly, I hated seeing him when he debuted in the first dang place. Even I have to admit this was a decent scrap, and yes, the highlight for me was KSI getting put through the table. Right?
Yes.
So yeah, I know you were disappointed because your boy Logan Paul lost this match, but I'm expecting a yell fuck off at this point again.
Go fuck yourself.
But it was alright. I thought it was a good match. I thought it was a good match for what it was. So yeah, and then speaking of tag matches, we go on to our next match here, which was Damage Control. Remember when they were freaking a group?
Yeah.
Bailey, Dakota Kai, and Io Sky facing off against the women's tag champions Lita, Becky Lynch, and Trish Stratus in a 6 women's tag match. Yeah, and they show the backstory. They show the story leading into this one. And, here we go. And, a brawl and all 6 of them brawled in the middle of the ring to start this off with. Later on in the match, they would do the same thing again, right?
Yeah.
And believe it or not, this was Lita's only 2nd WrestleMania match in her WWE wrestling career. Her first one being back at WrestleMania 18, which we reviewed a couple weeks back. So, yeah. Right?
Yeah.
And Lita then performed a twist of fate on Sky, while friggin' Stratus performed a shit kick on Kai at the same time near the end. Lita then performed the moonsault on the Kai and the Sky. Bailey then attempted and then Bailey tried to fight back. Tried to attempt the belly to Bailey on the friggin' Lynch, but Lynch countered, performed the manhandle slam onto Bailey to get the 3 count at the end of this match. What are some other highlights beside the ender that stand out to you in this one?
We gotta see Trish Stratus in a more modified outfit from 18 years ago.
Yeah, from the last time WrestleMania was in Hollywood. Yeah. Oh yeah, I remember Trish Stratus also did the whole, Hurricane Rana from the freaking on the floor from the freaking turnbuckle.
She went from the floor, got caught by Bailey and not Bailey.
Wasn't it Dakota Kai that got hit with that move?
Dakota Kai got hit when they got thrown into Bailey.
On the
She
outside.
got caught by Becky Lynch and Lita, which put her onto the apron, which she knocked her off the top rope.
Yeah. I mean, I thought that was a good spot, right? But either way, this was a feel-good moment. The Legends won their match. And of course, we all know that Lita and Becky Lynch's title reign wouldn't last that much longer following WrestleMania, which sparked that whole rivalry between Trish Stratus and Becky Lynch later on in the year, which was in one of our original first friggin' reviews that we did in 2023. So, yeah. Right?
No.
But yeah, I thought this match was okay for what it was, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't the match of the night, but, it was something. Speaking of something, we get to our next matchup, and this one was a personal freaking battle here. It was Rey Mysterio, the deadbeat, taking on Dominic Mysterio, the trash can.
He's not a fucking deadbeat, god damn it!
This was a battle of the deadbeat versus the trash can.
Fuck off!
Yeah. And yeah, the thing I can think about is thank God this was all a storyline, Jesus Christ, right? And this was the first father versus son match at WrestleMania after the only other one was Vince and Shane McMahon from WrestleMania 17. But This story came about when Dominic turned on Ray, the previous freaking fall, joining up with the Judgment Day, right?
Yeah.
And then we all know Dominic was taunting Ray for months, including ruining his family's Christmas Eve night, getting arrested. That's why he was known as Dirty Dom, apparently, right? And I'm like,
Yeah.
according to storyline, you were only in that jail cell for like 2-3 hours. Shut up, right?
Yes.
And of course, in the lead up to this, Ray Mysterio refused to freaking face his son.
No,
Refused.
he was in jail for a day.
Yeah, huh?
For 24 hours.
Yeah, and then Rey Mysterio refused to face his son, refused to hit Dominic whatsoever, wanted nothing to do with it, despite getting beaten down by Dominic and the Judgment Day in the weeks leading up to this, until one fateful night, right?
Yes.
When Ray couldn't stand it anymore, when friggin', I still remember that segment. It's like Dominic when Dominic was pretty much friggin' being a piece of shit to his own mother, right?
Sister.
His sister and his mother in the crowd. And that's when freaking yelling at freaking his mom, Angie, to shut up or whatever at the top of his lungs, right? And all I can think about is like, if that was any of us in real life when we were growing up, we'd be 10 feet under, right?
Yes.
And that's when Ray couldn't handle it anymore, nailed Dominic and said, you know what? You ain't never going to disrespect your mother like that. You're facing me at Mania. Right?
He's like, oh, a man can only hold back so much. And he only has a limit for so much. And when you fucking did that to your mother and sister, you pushed my limits.
Crossing the line. Right?
Yeah, he put his hands on his sister and his mom.
Yep. And of course, Dominic had a special WrestleMania entrance where he came out in the back of a police van. Figure that one out, right? Still milking this whole freaking, oh, he's a hardened criminal. Yeah, bullshit, right? Yeah, and then Rey Mysterio then made his entrance with Snoop Dogg in a lowrider, right?
Yeah.
Once the two got in the ring, it was freaking on, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was on. Freaking, those two went back and forth. Dominic having the advantage until Ray managed to freaking reverse Dominic's offense, sending him shoulder post into the freaking, into the freaking ring post. What did Rey Mysterio proceed to do after that?
Took his belt off and gave his son a good ass whooping. Which is sorely lacking in nowadays.
And yes, I made the joke at that point saying, yep, that's what the younger generation needed growing up. Those guys are assholes. Right?
Yes.
Of course, right after that, Dominic went and taunted his mother and his sister that were in the crowd by throwing freaking his sister's beverage all over and then yelling at his mom to shut up again before getting attacked by Ray again. Right?
Yeah.
I'm like, the trash can never learns. Right?
Yep.
Yeah, and at this point, the Judgment Day stable, which is Finn Balor and Damian Priest, freaking came out to aid Dominic in this match. Right?
Yeah.
And of course, Ray performed the 619 and attempted the frog splash, but Priest shoved Ray off the turnbuckle, thus interfering in the matchup, right? While the referee was distracted. Yep. And at one point, Dominic was able to nail the 619 onto Rey Mysterio, but obviously Dominic got a 2 count there. But then freaking the LWO came out, took out the 2 Judgment Day members, right?
Yeah.
And yeah, and after the Judgment Day was saying that's when Dominic performed the 619 and Frog Splash. Ray kicked out at 2. And while the referee was freaking busy dealing with an exposed turnbuckle, that when the exposed turnbuckle that Dominic exposed, only to be like, hey, I'm gonna go pick up Priest's blazer that he left sitting here in the corner. The trash can then proceeds to take a chain out of it, but Bad Bunny, who was freaking at the Spanish commentary tables, came up, snatched the chain away, and Bad Bunny was like, no, you ain't fucking beating your father with a chain that way, boy. Right?
Yes.
Then Ray was then able to perform the 619 on a Dominic and the Frog Splash to pin Dominic to win the match. Right?
Yep.
And then Ray then embraced with his wife and his daughter in the ring while friggin' Dominic looked really pissed off and disappointed with the other Judgment Day members on the rampway. So yes, the trash can got beat by the deadbeat. Any more jokes, smartass?
Oh, fuck yourself with a golden trash can, bitch.
No, sorry, I'm not gonna go fuck myself with Gold Dust trash can that he brought to that hardcore match at WrestleMania 18. But anyway, those jokes aside, your thoughts on this one?
It was a good match. The right person won. It was nice seeing Rey Mysterio beat his son's ass with a belt.
I mean, you know the crowd was popping when they saw that, right? Hell, I bet the first time you seen this when it was live on Peacock at the time, I bet you were even yelling out, whip his ass harder. Right?
Yes.
Right? And then I had to make the joke, be like, you having flashbacks from seeing that? And you're like, really? Right?
Yes.
But anyway, I thought the match was alright. Yes, I agree with you, the right person won this battle on this night. I mean, imagine how pissed off people would be if they gave Dominic the win instead. Jesus. Right?
They'd be extremely pissed.
The internet would have a meltdown. Right?
Yeah.
So then afterwards we go to our SmackDown Women's title match. Whew. And it was a 2023 Women's Royal Rumble winner, Women's Royal Rumble winner, Rhea Ripley challenging Charlotte Flair for the SmackDown Women's title. And this one was actually a WrestleMania 36 rematch. Remember when we reviewed that match last week?
Yes.
And yeah, I thought the WrestleMania 36 encounter was decent. Though I think the wrong person won, but it was decent. That's the match that got me to be a Rhea Ripley fan on top of it, despite her taking the loss that night. And this is the reason why I wanted to watch this dang event, to see the rematch between the two. You know that. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the two women Rhea Ripley and Charlotte Flair made their entrances here. And despite being a heel aligned with the Judgment Day, the fans were cheering Rhea Ripley, so I guess you can say at this point she was a tweener going from heel to face during this point, right?
Yeah, I wish she was transitioning from being a face to her heel persona.
Yeah, then, well, obviously it wouldn't matter if the company tried to push Rhea Ripley as a big bad heel with the Judgment Day, the fans would still cheer anyway, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and they had an all-women's cast for this one. The ring announcer, the competitors, the referee were all women here. The only thing that was missing was women commentators, but be that as it may, right?
Yeah.
And boy, these two went at each other. None of them had the advantage for very long. Yes, Charlotte Flair worked on Rhea Ripley's knee, but Rhea fought right back. Right?
Yeah.
Then at one point, Rhea tried to attempt the U on freaking goddamn Flair, but Flair reversed into a DDT for a near fall. Yeah, you see what I did there?
Yeah.
And you're like, God damn it, I didn't name myself after that goddamn fish. I didn't even know who Rhea Ripley was. Right?
Yes.
And of course, Flair got natural selection on Rhea Ripley for a very close 2 count. Everyone's freaking heart sank in their chest because nobody wanted Charlotte Flair to win this match at all. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, then later on in the match, freaking Flair attempted a spear, but freaking Flair was like Charlotte attempted her spear on the Rhea Ripley, but Ripley moved out of the way, and Flair almost freaking nailed the referee, but Rhea then performed the headbutt and a riptide on Flair for another 2 count, and everyone was like, and you could even tell Rhea at this point was frustrated, right?
Yeah.
Because he's like, I just hit freaking Charlotte Flair with my best move and it still didn't get the job done. Right? And of course, Flair then took advantage of that. Now, locked freaking Rhea Ripley into the freaking figure 4 leg lock, but Ripley managed to freaking get to the ropes before Flair could turn into the figure 8. So there's that. Keeping the match alive, right?
Yeah.
I think at one point, Rhea Ripley locked in the prison trap onto Flair too, but Flair made it to the ropes, thus breaking the hold as well. Right?
Yeah, after she broke the figure 4, she literally had them, she literally snapped on the prison trap, which made Charlotte Flair climb into the corner.
Yeah, climbed to the corner, but yeah. Yeah, but then the end of the match came when then Flair and Rhea Ripley were on the top rope, right, or fighting each other in the corner. And Rhea managed to smash Flair's head into the freaking, like, ring post, knocking her out, making her body go limp. Right?
Yeah.
And Rhea Ripley taking advantage of this, freaking hoisted Charlotte Flair into position for the Riptide from the top rope. Freaking yelled out, "It's my time now." Nailed a super Riptide on the Flair and got the 3 count. Right?
Yep.
And everyone was cheering and applauding and happy about that. Which, I gotta admit, even at the time watching it, I was too. And watching it back, I'm like, this match is what made Rhea Ripley into the megastar that she is now. In my opinion. Right?
Yeah.
And with this, Rhea Ripley got redemption from the WrestleMania 36 loss. Right?
Yeah.
And Ripley became the first, and with this victory, Rhea became the first female wrestler to win the Raw, SmackDown, NXT UK, and Women's Tag Team titles in the process at the time. Right?
Yep.
So yeah, any highlights from this match that I didn't mention that stood out to you? And it's just one of those.
Fucking Rhea Ripley's fucking interview saying, that this shows that she can be beaten.
Yeah. Yeah, and take yourself back. What were you thinking when you seen this live? Because obviously I know you watched this live like everyone else did at the time. What were you thinking seeing Rhea Ripley win the title here?
Honestly, I thought it was a 50-50 chance that either that she would win or she would lose. But the way that she was being confident, I'm like, yeah, that's a 50-75 chance there.
Yeah, and you just like everyone else watching live. At the time, I bet you were really happy to see Rhea Ripley actually finally win the title from
Yeah.
Flair. Yeah. And just think, you've been a Rhea Ripley fanboy like me ever since. You notice I had to say like me, because I'm the one wearing Rhea Ripley's new t-shirt right now, even though you can't see me on camera. I don't have a camera on. Right?
Uh huh.
But yeah, in my opinion, this was the match that took Rhea Ripley from superstar to megastar that she is now. In my opinion. And obviously, it'd be a match that I would recommend you go back watching from night one of WrestleMania 39 here. It was that good, in my
Yeah.
opinion. Right? Yes, and then we go, and then a little later on, after some more advertising, oh yeah, your boy Austin Theory got interviewed in the back talking about his victory over John Cena earlier in the night.
Fuck off.
Oh, come on. We all know you're the president of the Austin Theory fan club.
No, I am not. I don't like him. Now fuck off.
Never. But anyway, we cut back. We cut back to the ring where we see The Miz and Snoop Dogg in the ring to announce the attendance number for WrestleMania 39 Night 1, which, as I mentioned earlier, they announced it as 80,497. And then Snoop Dogg claimed the only thing better than the attendance record is for The Miz to compete in a match. Right? And then The Miz was all like, yeah, well, I sent out a tweet on everywhere, including MySpace. Who the hell uses MySpace in this day and age? But no one's responded. Then Pat McAfee came out. This was back when actually everyone liked Pat McAfee. Right?
Yeah.
And Pat McAfee said, hey, I've been all over social media. You never friggin' posted anything like that. No open challenge, no
I
nothing.
believe I'm a man that lives on social media.
Yeah. And then friggin' The Miz was all like, oh yeah, I'm not dressed to compete tonight. And he tried to walk away, and then Pat McAfee goes, oh, big talk for someone with small balls. And you know Miz's gimmick was my balls with tiny balls. Then he got a tiny balls chant going. I'm like, oh shit. Tiny balls, they're cheering for you, Riptides.
No, they're cheering for you, buddy boy.
No, right? The Miz then reluctantly said, yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm gonna face you right now and beat you. Of course, that didn't happen. Pat McAfee dominated The Miz throughout this whole impromptu match. Right?
Yep.
And of course, the only little offense Miz only had like a tiny bit of offense before he freaking was taken out by... Until he was taken out by one of Pat McAfee's football buddies. I don't remember his name. It was a celebrity in the crowd, right? I think his name was, George Kittle here. That's who it was. 49ers player.
Yeah.
Attacked The Miz on the outside. Then McAfee then performed a swanton off the, or senton off the top turnbuckle to The Miz. And took Miz out with a freaking punt. With a punt kick to win the freaking match. Then afterwards, freaking McAfee celebrated with Kittle here. Yeah, your thoughts on this impromptu match, which really wasn't a match. It was just Miz getting his ass kicked.
Funny as fuck.
Yeah.
Because the whole thing is McAfee was the fucking like, saying, oh yeah, this is my WrestleMania t-shirt. And you never sent out a challenge, so be honest with everyone, I accept your challenge.
Yep.
If only there was someone that could make this official. And then Miz was like, well, sorry, that's not gonna happen. I'm the host of WrestleMania. Yeah, he conveniently forgot there was another host.
Oh yeah, before the match when Snoop Dogg was like, "Oh no, this match is on, but hey, this is your thing. I rap." It's like I rap. I need to get out of here, right? It's like I got you. I'll see you back later, right?
Yep.
I'm like, and that's when the whole beatdown started, the whole match, which was okay. I mean, shit. It was okay for an impromptu match. Night two's impromptu match was a lot worse. And we'll get to that when we get to that in the next review.
Oh God, I forgot about that one.
Oh, yeah, it was a disaster. So, this match, by comparison of the next impromptu Miz match the following night, this one might as well be a star, with McAfee, might as well be a star 5-star classic compared to the other one. Which that was a train wreck. We'll discuss more of that in the next freaking review. Whew, right?
Yep.
So anyway, we go to the main event of night one. It was the Usos defending the Undisputed Tag Team Championship back when they had the Raw and SmackDown Tag Team titles morphed into one. And they were defending against Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. The story going into this was the year-long bill was Sami Zayn associating himself with the Bloodline, which I remember that story. That was probably the best story of 2022 that WWE pulled off, right?
Yeah.
Even if you weren't a Roman Reigns fan, that was the story everyone paid attention to back then in 2022 to 23, right?
Yeah.
And it all led to Survivor. It all led to the freaking Feeling Oozy freaking promo, followed by Sami Zayn turning on Kevin Owens by low blowing him at Survivor Series, pledging his allegiance to the Bloodline. All the way to the Royal Rumble when Sami Zayn stopped Roman Reigns from another beatdown from freaking Reigns to Owens at the end of their title match, only for Roman to hand freaking Sami Zayn the chair, and Sami Zayn attacked Reigns with the chair, thus freaking opening up this rivalry with the Usos, which Jey Uso was conflicted at the time heading into this match. Sami Zayn tried to reconcile with Kevin Owens about saying, hey, you're my family, you're my brother, despite all the crap I done against you, right?
Yeah.
And then Jey Uso eventually showing his true colors, attacking Sami Zayn, saying, yeah, you think you're going to separate us? He's my blood, right? He's my brother, right?
Yeah.
Talking about Jimmy, right? which set up this main event tag match, which this was the second of only 3 tag matches to main event WrestleMania. But the only one so far for the tag team championships, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, the Usos made their freaking entrance first, obviously getting booed by the fans. And the Usos had a record-setting reign with the tag team championships, at least the SmackDown tag titles, at over 600 days, right? At this point. And also unifying the Raw tag titles with them a year prior, right?
Yep.
And then Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens made their entrance, standing ovation. Everyone wanted them to take this win so badly here, right?
Yeah.
Including you, right?
Not really, no.
And of course, this match started off hot with all 4 participants beating each other down. It's like beating each other down, but of course, then we go to the traditional tag team rules. The Usos, the heels had the advantage. And there was a lot of hot tags in the matchup. Freaking Jimmy performed the Uso splash on the Owens for a 2 count. Then Zayn came in, performed a brainbuster to Jey on the ring apron, which is the hardest part of the ring. Both teams weren't holding back. That's pretty much what I'm trying to get at here. Then Owens then delivered a Swanton bomb for a 2 count. Right?
Yeah.
Of course, however, the Usos performed multiple super kicks on Zayn. Tried to get the cover, but Owens broke up the pin attempt. Right? I mean, there was a lot of action in this match. This is just a match you gotta go watch back for yourself. Our little description cannot freaking do it justice. Later on, the Usos performed super kicks and delivered the 1D onto Zayn for a 2 count. And
No one had ever kicked out of the 1D.
which Zayn was the first person to kick out of the 1D finisher, right?
Yep.
Then Zayn then hit a freaking exploder suplex on Jay in the corner, getting the momentum back on his side before making a tag to Owens, right?
Yeah.
Then Owens then performed pop-up power bombs on the both the Usos. Zayn came in, performed a haluva kick on the Jimmy, and then Owens performed a stunner on Jay, and Jay kicked out, right? I mean, at this point, it was back where you didn't know which team was going to win, right?
Yeah.
And of course, near the end of the match, freaking Jimmy got taken out by Owens on the outside near the end of the matchup here. And of course, freaking Sami Zayn then freaking nailed freaking 2 haluva kicks on the freaking Jey Uso in the corner, right?
No.
And after the first one, Jay would slump over, freaking Zayn would probably back up, hit another one. And after the second one, Jimmy Uso got back in the ring, but freaking Owens performed the stunner on Jimmy, taking him out of the match. Right?
Yep.
And then Zayn propped Jay back up in the corner one last time. Said something to Jay along the lines of, "I loved you like a brother." Or something like that. Nailed the last freaking haluva kick onto Jey Uso and pinned Jay to win the titles. Thus ending the Usos' 622-day reign. Right? As tag champions in the process. Your thoughts on this one?
It was a good match. Could it have gone longer? Probably. Was it their best match? No.
Honestly, I think the Usos' best match as a team together was against the New Day in that Hell in a Cell match that we have yet to review. But that's just where I stand, right? But anyway, either way, I mean, the right team won in the end. Everybody was on their feet cheering.
In your opinion, they won. I thought the Usos would retain.
Let's face it, at the time, did you seriously want the Usos to retain? I mean, it was bad enough what happened at the end of night 2. Right?
Yes.
But to me, I thought the right team won it. They would go on to actually have a good reign before dropping to the Judgment Day, I believe in September, because we reviewed that event where they dropped the titles. But either way, I thought it was a good way to close out night 1 of WrestleMania. The team that everybody wanted to see win won the match. So yeah, that's our review for WrestleMania 39 Night 1. So let's go on to what I always call our favorite freaking segment of the review, and that's our rating system. Your boy Austin Theory defeating John Cena to retain the United States Championship, and boy, you're gonna kill me because I keep calling him your boy. I gave that one 2 3/4 out of 5, and that's being nice. It's just that I can't give it any more than that.
1.
You know, I'm saying 1 because Austin Theory won. The Street Profits winning that 4-way tag team match, I gave that one 3.5 out of 5.
Which one?
The Street Profits winning the 4-way tag match, I gave that one 3.5 out of 5.
I gave it a 4.
Seth Rollins defeating Logan Paul, I also gave that one 3 3/4 out of 5.
Three and 1/5.
Becky Lynch, Lita, and Trish Stratus defeating Damage Control in that six-woman tag match. I gave that one 3.5 out of 5.
4.
Rey Mysterio defeating Dominic Mysterio. I gave that one 4 out of 5.
5 out of 5.
Rhea Ripley defeating Charlotte Flair to win the SmackDown Women's Championship. I gave that one 5 out of 5.
5.
You and I are in agreement on that one. Pat McAfee defeating The Miz in that impromptu match. I only gave it a 1/4 out of 5. It was something. So what do you give the Pat McAfee Miz match, if you want to call it a match?
3.
I was giving it way too much credit. But compared to the one that game on night 2, it might as well be a 3. Right?
Yeah.
And of course, the main event for night 1 with Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens defeating the Usos to win the Undisputed Tag Team Championships. I gave that one 5 out of 5.
4.5.
Now, I know you're saving your grade until the end of night 2 for these 2 nights combined. But just like last week, I'm going to give my personal final grade for night 1 along with my personal final grade for night 2, and then I'll just averagely combine them. My final grade for WrestleMania 39 night 1 is a A-. It could have been a slightly little better for an average A grade, for an A grade, but it could have been a whole lot worse too. We seen a whole lot worse than this.
Yeah.
So yeah, would you agree with that?
You got to wait and see.
Yep. So yeah, our next review will be tomorrow's upload, WrestleMania 39 Night 2. Can't wait for that.
Yep.
And what do we get to see for Night 2's event for this show? Oh, we get to see Brock Lesnar versus Omos.
Yes.
How about Gunther versus Drew McIntyre versus Sheamus for the Intercontinental Championship?
Yeah.
Or how about Edge taking on the Demon Finn Balor in that Hell in a Cell match?
That was actually a good match.
Yep. Or the four-way tag team match with Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez versus Natalya and Shotzi versus Chelsea Green and Sonya Deville versus Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler.
That was an okay match.
Oh, and if that doesn't tickle your peach, how about Bianca Belair versus Asuka for the Raw Women's Championship?
That was a good one.
And let's not forget everyone's favorite WrestleMania main event where Roman Reigns defended the Undisputed Universal title against Cody Rhodes, Part 1.
Yeah, Interference Fest, Part 1.
I mean, there was no controversial outcome to that match that everyone hated for a solid year at all.
Yes, there was. Also, don't forget the Miz impromptu match.
Oh, God, that was a disaster. But
Part 2.
That was a disaster, but we'll cover that all in tomorrow's freaking upload of WrestleMania 39 Night 2. So, until then, we will talk to y'all later. Peace.
Deuces.